How can you say that when you won't even listen to me?
In front of the apothecary, have you no family feeling?
Ask him to go.
Sir.
Send him away. Granted. Now put off this absurd treatment. Have it this evening, or even tomorrow morning.
Take that very much amiss.
You can take it how you will.
Don't even know who this gentleman is.
My brother.
I'm sorry to hear it. Sir, I'm a busy man. Can't afford to waste my time like this.
Surely you'll pay for it.
That's not the point.
I should have thought it was. Well, brother, am I right? Are you too utterly ashamed of what you're doing to even hear me out?
Of course I'm not.
Then prove it, or show yourself a coward as well as a heartless parent.
There, Master Apothecary, you heard it. Another time, at your convenience, in an hour, or half an hour, or in a few minutes, I shall be here.
Dare not think what Dr. Pacon will have to say to this.
Dr. Pagel, but how should he know?
He's at your front door.
At my front door?
Sitting in his carriage, he drove me here and said he'd wait for me. But I know Dr. Pacon, and I do. You'll hear more of this. Good day.
What have you made me do?
Put off what I should imagine to be a most unsavory experience.
But you heard the apothecary. What if Dr. Pagel should be angry?
Why should he be? And indeed, what if he is? You've put off but one of his incessant treatments. He'll add something to his bill, then apothecary, syringe, and all drive away to plague some other credulous idiot. Now, about Angelique.
Dr. Pacon wishes to work with you.
Oh, here's when I say the prayers.
Dr. Pagel.
Don't, Dr. Pagel. Never in all my professional life have I been so insulted.
Oh, no.
To have one of my remedies refused.
No, refused. No. Postponed.
If anything, that's worse. With my medicines, when they are taken is more important than what they are.
I was very wrong. My brother persuaded me.
Your brother is not my patient. He's no concern of mine.
Fortunately for me,
Don't be too sure. You're sickening for something. No, Marsuga, it's you who are to blame.
Very much to blame. I'm so sorry.
And while you may be, it was a special and most extraordinary mixture, never before administered to any living thing. One of my inspirations. It came to me one of my long watches of the night, and I rose and prepared it for you with my own hands.
Oh.
You may well groan. Every separate ingredient was to have had its own effect on your every ailment, to have cleansed your whole system at one squirt.
One squirt.
One squirt. I sent in my apothecary at the appointed moment. He returned to me the syringe unemptied, a miracle of healing unpreformed, balked of his errand of mercy. And that constitutes not only a moral insult to me personally, but to the whole medical faculty. You've destroyed, at one stroke, the sacred obligation, the unquestioning obedience of a patient to his physician. That's his rebellion. And it cannot be tolerated. It must be nipped in the bud, and here, and now, at once, and without mercy. I've done with you, and so believe me, when they hear of this, have all my fellows.
Oh, no.
I wash my hands of you, and I leave you to your fate, which I may tell you, I don't envy you. For in a short while, you'll fall into a state of apepsia. From that to eupepsia, from eupepsia to me-pepsia, from that trypsipepsia, and in a condition of bradycophilia pepsia. And when the dread poison of that spreads into your every organ, as it must, you will die, and horrible. One thing more.
No more. You already killed me. Isn't that enough?
And so that this party may be absolutely final, here's the dear gift I prepared in of my nephew to the approaching marriage of your daughter. I have nothing to leave you but my baby.
That's the end. It's over for me. I'm dying.
Brother, don't be a fool.
All those Pepsians. They're coming on already. I feel terrible.
My dear fellow, old Purgon's threats have just as much chance of killing you as his medicines do of curing you. Now's your chance to finally rid yourself of doctors once and for all.
But I must have a doctor to look after me.
Don't be ridiculous! Wait, what am I saying? I was forgetting. Of course, you must have a doctor!
Oh, am I looking ill?
Why, terrible!
Oh!
You must have a new one. We'll find new and drastic remedies for you, and not waste a moment of time.
But where can I find one? They stick together like the leeches that they are. There's not a doctor there if they don't forget. No, that's the end. I'm finished.
There's a doctor, Monsieur Armand, below who's called to see you.
What's that?
A doctor come to see you. I haven't an idea.
What's his name?
He wouldn't tell me.
What's he want?
He wouldn't say that either. But he was very urgent
Urgent?
that he must see you. He's come to Paris from abroad, especially to visit you.
Very strange.
Well, it's stranger than that.
Stranger than what?
Well, you won't believe it, Monsieur Armand, nor you, Mr. Barald.
I'm sure I shan't.
I opened the door to him, and there he stood. If I didn't know my mother didn't have two of us at once, I could have sworn he was my twin.
Your twin!
About my age, same height, and as I stand here, the spitting image of me.
How do you know he was a doctor?
He told me so.
Maybe not philosophy or music. No, I've had enough of those.
Oh no, of medicine. He wore his doctor's things, his hat and cloak, and has long hair. But even so, I do assure you, the likeness is almost unbelievable.
And as he's a doctor, he sees an answer to your prayers. You should ask to see him.
Yes, ask him to come out. Well, brother, what do you make of it?
Very mysterious.
Yes, I suppose we shall see.
We shall. But what?
I'm going to you, so bold as is the great and famous Monsieur Armand.
Well, me, but I'm not famous.
Oh, you belittle yourself wherever and whenever doctors are gathered to discuss their art. Your case is spoken of.
You don't say so.
So many ailments, so much disease in one frail body. You are, Monsieur, medically speaking, the wonder of the age.
Good gracious me.
Only the other day, lecturing to my students in Milan, I spent 3 hours on you. I know you inside and out, from head to foot.
This is very surprising. May I ask your name?
That, I'm afraid, I cannot tell you. I, too, am not unknown. My fame, like yours, is international. I have indeed cured every known disease, as well as several others. If it were now when I were here in Paris, I should be besieged by every doctor seeking my advice. But I'm only here for a few hours, quite incognito, especially to visit you.
I'm sure I'm very honored. Extraordinary. Most extraordinary. It's staggering. Brother, what do you think?
I can see what you mean. Yes, there is some slight resemblance.
Light. Unbelievable.
Oh, brother, you're making yourself ridiculous. We all have 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, and when the eyes are the same color, the nose something of the same shape, the mouth something of the same size, and in the same face, all these features share some similarity. Why then the likeness, at the very least, at first, can be surprising.
I don't know what you're talking about. This isn't a likeness, it's the same face. Out of the way, I want another look. Young doctor, if that's what you really are, will you do me a favor?
I'm at your service, Monsieur Armand.
Come nearer.
I can see you quite well from here.
But I can't see you, and I want a closer look. Much closer.
If you'll excuse me, as it seems I may be here for some little while, I have to go speak to my coachman. He can feed the horses. Did you call?
Me?
No, you, Mr. Gerald.
No, I didn't.
Oh, funny thing. I could have sworn I heard you. Where's that doctor?
I want to see his coachman.
Is he coming back?
Of course! Why shouldn't he?
Well, in that case, and as it seems you don't want me,
Here I come back. Stay here.
what for?
I'm getting to the bottom of all this.
Of all what?
This incredible likeness.
But didn't I tell you? I couldn't believe my eyes.
And nor can I. So till he comes back, you stop here where you are.
I've got my work to do.
Never mind your work.
But I'm cooking your dinner.
I can wait.
Can it? You won't get any dinner. It'll burn.